Welcome to Great Big Love. I'm your host, Victor Shamus, and I love you. In episode 1, I shared some really good news with you, which is that we are on the cusp of an age of love on this planet. It may not seem that way, but it's going to happen. And this age of love is grounded in some major breakthroughs in science and mathematics that are a real game changer. Let me tell you why. In 1947, physicist David Gabor invented holograms. These are images generated by lasers, and they differ from other photographic images in a number of ways. But one of the most intriguing properties, as far as I'm concerned, is that if you take a hologram and you shatter it into pieces, you will find that each individual piece will contain the entire image. This is a natural order that had never really been observed before. I am calling it panholism. It means that the whole abides in every part. And panholism is not unique to holograms. In 1980, mathematician Benoit Mandelbrot did a graphical representation on a computer of the solution to a set of mathematical equations called the Mandelbrot set. What he generated, which you can see here, is an image that is essentially made up of itself. The overarching motif that makes up the Mandelbrot set recurs at every level of magnification. As we zoom in deeper and deeper into the image, we keep running into the same motif. The Mandelbrot set and other fractals, just like holograms, are panholistic. That same year, 1980, marked a huge breakthrough in our understanding of the universe, with the publication of a groundbreaking book by physicist David Bohm entitled Wholeness and the Implicate Order. In that book, Bohm claimed that our universe is panholistic, that the core level of reality in the universe is undivided wholeness, and that wholeness abides in everything at every level. He said that the universe conforms to an implicate order. Implicate means enfolded. It means that the wholeness is enfolded into everything at every level, from the most macrocosmic to the most microscopic. This revelation by Bohm is hugely significant for a number of reasons. It solves a number of different paradoxes and dichotomies in science, such as wave-particle duality or the mind-body problem. But from the standpoint of our human relations to one another and our understanding of love and of who we are relative to the whole universe, it's hugely great news. The word gospel means good news in Old English. What was the gospel of Jesus? What was that really good news that he shared with the world? Simply this: he said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. From the standpoint of panholism, this good news can be translated into the following statement. The undivided wholeness of nature, which I'm calling the One, abides in you. It has to, because in a panholistic universe, that wholeness abides in everyone and everything. The One abides in you and in me and in all things. So, to quote the great philosopher Tina Turner, what's love got to do with it? And my answer is everything. Love is hard to define or pinpoint, but we can agree that it has something to do with a realization of connection, such that when we are in love, you and I are one. There is no division between us. We don't know where we end and our beloved begins. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is yours. But if we're going to say that you and I are one in love, what are we one with? Because we cease to exist as individual entities when we are truly immersed in love. Well, panholism offers a really spectacular answer because it says that love at its greatest connects us with the one that already abides in us. We let the one take over, and the one in me connects with the one in you. In great big love, the one connects with the one. Now, some of you may say, hold on a second. This idea that the whole abides in everything isn't all that new. I mean, Jesus was saying the kingdom of heaven abides in us. In Taoism, we talk about the Tao being within all things. Buddhists talk about Buddha nature. Hindus may talk about the self in various forms, such as Brahman or the Atman. But what's different is how we get there. The last 1,000 years were a millennium focused on the mind, on information, discovery, exploration, and conquest. That millennium opened with the arrival by Leif Erikson and Viking sailors in North America, the beginning of an age of discovery, an age focused on the mind, culminating with the rise of individualism in the last 500 years. Look at what the last 1,000 years has brought us. The Renaissance, the Enlightenment, huge advances in science and in the intellect, in academic pursuits of all kinds, an explosion of information, the likes of which have never been seen in the history of humanity. At the same time, we can say that the age of the mind has brought some very significant problems. As I record this video, we have just been contemplating the possibility that some of the nations of the world were going to lead our Earth into nuclear war. What that shows is that there's a huge imbalance. We have developed the mind, which focuses on separation and distinctions. That's what the mind is good at. As a cognitive psychologist, I can tell you that what the mind does is break up the world into parts and pieces, and we keep breaking it up into finer, smaller, more subtle pieces. That allows us to refine our understanding from a scientific or academic perspective of how the world operates. And it allows us to make huge leaps because once we understand, for example, how infectious diseases are spread, we can do something to prevent them and treat them. This millennium that focused on the mind, on the intellect, on information and exploration, culminated with the discovery of panholism, which now leads to another era. We have to bring the world and ourselves back into balance. There's been an over-reliance on the mind, and now we have an age that's going to be more focused on the heart. I can't guarantee you that human societies are going to survive this transition. But if we do, we don't have much of a choice other than to integrate heart and mind in this new age of love. And in great big love, we're going to take love and expand it to its most extreme, to its greatest, its deepest, its highest, its most profound, transcendent, and transformative. That's what great big love is all about. And it all has to do with understanding of who is loving whom. The one in me is recognizing itself in you. That's the whole idea of great big love. So what comes next is a fuller understanding of what great big love means, what it entails, how we immerse ourselves in it, and how we tap into great big love in order to create paradise on earth. My friends, I'm here to say paradise isn't a hypothetical. Paradise is a divine playground. And a paradise for lovers is one in which we can approach each other in the spirit of love. I understand that there are huge differences and tensions, conflict that can lead to aggression, that we can't like everybody in the universe. Some people do things that are despicable and hateful, and we need to call them on that. But at the same time, we have to recognize the core reality of who they are. Great big love is characterized by what I call the 3 U's, and we're going to explore those 3 U's next. Until the next time, please remember who and what you are, and know that the one in me recognizes the one in you. I love you.